What's up, y'all? It's Brian Keith, and I'm back with another video. And today we're gonna be talking about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, episode 4. So do me a favor, like, comment, and subscribe. I see y'all are watching, so come on, hit the subscribe button, like for me, and enjoy the video.
Yeah, let me check my shit real quick. Hotter than the fire coming out my flaming lips. You wanna play with me? You can't play in me. On the playground, bitch, you can't play with me. Got it, want it, securing the bag, best shit.
All right, so after 4 episodes, I think Dorit's lying about the severity of the break-in. I really don't want to say that she is lying about it, or her husband lying about it, just because, like, to come up with something like that just off a whim, just like, oh yeah, you know, they broke into her house and you go through all this like crying and dramatics. Like, I wouldn't want to think that has happened, but at the end, I'm gonna get into why I think that they're lying and get into like the facts of it. But it's the morning after the girls, the morning after everybody's like talking and just like getting the drinks and getting a little Bloody Mary, sitting down, just chit-chatting and talking. And everybody's talking to Dorit about the situation last night with Crystal. And they're basically just like, I don't get where like why Crystal's feeling the way she's feeling. I don't see why it's like really a big deal. It's like comparing apples to oranges, like Kyle said. I don't agree with that. I feel like she has a valid reason to feel the way she feels, and you really can't tell somebody how they feel. They didn't make that feeling up. So it's just like, you can't say that, oh, well, you're invalid. Like, no, like she felt that way for a reason. While the girls are talking, Garcelle calls Crystal about last night and just like, hey girl, let's sit here and talk. Why don't you come over here for a few minutes and let's talk about the situation so we can just hash it out and just hear your side instead of just assuming your side. So Crystal's just like, okay, cool, I'm gonna come over. So everybody's like, okay, cool, Crystal's coming over. The other girls over here eavesdropping, trying to listen, like they're trying to see what Garcelle is saying, and it's just like, you really don't have to eavesdrop because Garcelle's gonna tell you what she said. I feel like Garcelle is very transparent, and she's just gonna like, this is what I said and this is why I told her she's gonna come over here. I don't think it's that deep for Garcelle. Like, don't play with my girl. But one thing Erica's gonna do is say that her life was in shambles, and she says was, I think she meant is, but girl, that's her and her interpretation. Garcelle talked to Erica about showing compassion, because Erica's basically saying that she's like, the people might have got paid, and I'm like, the people, you mean
the victims?
Like these people are victims. They won millions of dollars in settlements, from burn victims, cancer patients, to airplane crash survivalists, or survivors. And you're basically saying that they're lying about the fact that they didn't receive money from your husband, who funded $250 million in your account. That civil case is still going on. Okay, Erica, but they're lying. Okay, the people, you mean the victims. Garcelle was like, it's not the fact that, or whatever happened, it's like, you didn't show compassion. You didn't give a fuck about what these people had going on, whatever they had going on in their life. You didn't care. You just wanted to make sure that you were good. And on top of that, with Erica, is just like, you know, my husband, this, that, and the third, you still haven't divorced him. And then you want to sit here talking about you didn't know all this stuff was happening, but before everything happened, you left the house randomly and then divorced. Like, you cannot tell me that she didn't know this stuff was going to happen. Like, it very much seemed premeditated, and she knew exactly what was going to happen. Crystal leaves, and Sutton and Dee Dee is talking about last night, and Dee Dee's telling, Dee Dee's basically Diana. Dee Dee's telling Sutton that she used to be really aggressive. I can totally understand that, because as a young kid who was like a military kid and very quiet, I used to be very aggressive as well. So I was like, okay, I get where she's coming from with that as well. Sutton and Dee Dee talking about you have to get these girls more than one chance, multiple chances. Girl,
Fuck that.
if they cross you one time, done. And if that is how Diana is, she's like one and done, she's a Virgo. Cheers. Crystal arrives, and Crystal starts talking about, like, she starts talking this in the middle of her talking, she's choking up, like, I'm getting emotional, hold on, wait. She's getting emotional and choked up, And she said that she felt triggered about the conversation that was happening that night about how basically everybody's telling Sutton that she is not being genuine. And she was just basically saying that people were invalidating her feelings from a year ago. And Kyle was like, I mean, I get what you're saying, but that was from a year ago. You should have said something then. And Crystal was just like, we're going to have this conversation, but it's going to be the last time we're going to have this conversation. I'm just like, damn, all right. She basically said she didn't feel safe that night. And Garcelle was basically telling her, like, why did you say you didn't feel safe? And basically it's like, girl, you in a room damn near with a bunch of white women. Like, I wouldn't feel safe either. But finally Kyle put that damn dog. Kyle finally put that damn dog up. That dog is over here eating chips, eating steak, eating cookies, eating chairs, eating pools. The dog's eating everything. He gotta go. She's like, I would beat that dog's ass. Kyle said that, I'm sorry if I caused you to feel any type of way. That wasn't my intentions. And she's like, I'm a fixer. And Garcelle was like, you're also a stirrer too. Yeah, Kyle stirred the pot just like she did at Sutton event later on in the episode. Like, she stirs the pot. Like, instead of letting other people handle their business or letting that person go to the person they have beef with first, you go to that person, drop the seed, and then walk away. Messy. So like I said, Garcelle, you cannot tell me, like, every episode Garcelle has came to work. She's coming for Kyle. You need to watch out, because Garcelle's coming for your fucking crown. Like, Garcelle has come to work and she dropped the bomb on Crystal. And Crystal was blindsided. And Garcelle was just like, okay, I felt like no matter what you said about Sutton with your whole situation, and they showed a little montage about their back and forth when Sutton was like, I don't see color.
Are you that girl? I don't see color.
I really don't see color. I don't see race. I don't do it.
And Crystal was like, so you're telling me that you're that girl that doesn't see color. So they showed that whole montage, and Garcelle was like, I felt like no matter what you said, what Sutton said, you were going to tell her, are you that girl? And Garcelle felt like she was setting Sutton up. The only thing I feel like is, I do feel like Garcelle is becoming not necessarily Sutton's voice, but low-key Sutton's bodyguard. And I don't know if I don't like it right now. Right now it just seems very much like you don't have to fight Sutton's battle, but I'm like, I'm in the middle. It really doesn't fade me, but it does make my eyebrow go, But Crystal's shocked and blindsided. She's just like, okay. Crystal claims that Sutton said something. She said the reason why I said that, because y'all didn't hear everything she said. She said something that was so dark. Everybody's like, what did she say? She said, I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it. She refused to tell them what she said, but it was so dark. And Garcelle's basically saying, like, I would like to know what she's saying, because if she's saying something so dark, like you said, that can affect me, like, that's something that can literally potentially affect our friendship. And Garcelle and Sutton are like this. So it's like, if that's going to be something that's going to affect their friendship, I feel like they should know what she said. But Crystal refusing to tell them. Okay. Everybody's shocked because that is, like, Crystal and Sutton are on good terms at this time, and that's their good girl. So it's just like, you're really throwing your bitch under the bus because you got called out by Garcelle and you didn't have nothing else to say or rhyme or reason why you were doing it, so you just threw her under the bus. Got it. Like I said, everybody was asking her why, like, what did she say? She's refusing. And it's annoying because I'm like, if you're going to say somebody says something, just say it. Like, at the end of the day, it's so stupid and childish in high school to be like, oh, this person said something I'm not going to say. Girl, you're not in high school. Say what she said and keep it fucking pushing. And if not, you should have just left it alone, like Dory said in the confessional. So Garcelle tells the ladies her son got a job at working for Lisa Vanderpump, and she cleared the fucking room out. Everybody was like, yeah, girl, gotta go. So we see Dorit and PK. They're talking about diabetes, anxiety, and triggers. Next, I'm confused. she feels bad about, like, she feels like anxiety and these triggers and like, oh my God, every time I walk outside, I just get so scared and which I understand, not taking that away from her. But my whole thing is this: you feel anxiety and these triggers from being away from home and your kids, but your husband's gonna send you on a trip to Mexico. I would think if somebody did a home invasion on me and my family, I wouldn't want to leave my family. Maybe that's just me. Let me know down in the comments if you will leave your family in a situation like that. Yeah. Did you like already? Hit the like button. Subscribe. We arrive at Sutton's store and she finally got her French designer. He coming in there and we see Sutton's like dress. She tries on the red dress. And one thing that Beverly Hills is going to show, they're going to show that price. That dress was $17,000, which is damn near a tuition for a year. And I mean, the dress was like white woman. It wasn't nothing like, oh my God, girl. It was very much like basic, ugly. It wasn't my thing. But we go to Diana's house. She's getting ready without makeup, but she's getting ready for. She's like, I've never been to a store, and I think at this point I'm officially tired of hearing that she's never been to a store. Okay, you haven't been to a store, cool. You home shop, cool. The designer send you stuff, cool, great, love it. But at this point, I really don't give a fuck. You keep bringing it up for what? Like, this is the 7th time you brought it up. We get it. You're rich. Cool, girl. I put Iro. But her house, fab. Her house is gorgeous. Gorgeous. Dorit and Kyle are in the car and they're talking about Lisa's mother. Unfortunately, Lisa's mother had a stroke and like will be in hospice, and it's very sad and unfortunate that happened to my great grandmother, and I totally understand the situation. And yeah, it brings you back down to earth a little bit watching these shows. Sometimes you're judging these people and you're like reviewing the shows, and you just forget that sometimes that people are just human just like you are. So that moment really brought me back down and grounded me. But yeah, like prayers out to Lisa and her family. I know how hard that can be. But then they talk about the paparazzis. They were like, Kyle was like, what? Paparazzis popping over my events? Dorit's like,
Paparazzi. Oh, fast?
She's like, oh my God, I feel so uneasy. Whoa, she just started freaking out. I'm just like, girl. It's really, she's trying to lay it on thick. Like, girl, we get it. Says she about to fly out the damn car, child. Erica is not going to Sutton's opening. Good. Next. I love Sutton's logo for her boutique. It's like a decorative typeface. I think it's really nice. It suits very well. It has a lot of character to it as well. So I really like it. I love that Garcelle is always early. I love that Garcelle is like damn near one of the first, one to two, between the first and the second person that's there. I love that about Garcelle. Kyle comes in, Crystal comes in and she hugs Sutton. And I wish she would have just pulled Sutton to the side right then and there and just talked about the dark comment and just like, hey, like, this is what I said. I just want to let you know and let's talk about it because I don't want anything to get misconstrued. But she didn't do that. She just hugged the girl, act like nothing happened. Like she didn't say nothing behind this woman's back. And she just went and pumped it into the store. Diana keeps talking about how much money she has, and I was like, girl, we get it. We heard at episode 2 that you got a lot of money. Cool. Done. Kyle and Dorit show up, and Dorit is acting like her anxiety is going crazy. She's like, Kyle, hold my hand, piggyback, because I can't go in by myself, girl. And I'm just like, is it that deep? But child, maybe. And then Dorit gets mad because Sutton has press at her store's grand opening. So they have like, they're living in Beverly Hills where TMZ, and all these notable entertainment outlets are located. So, and she's part of a hit show And she's like, I don't know why she didn't give me a heads up that these media outlets are going to be here. Girl, you're in Beverly Hills and you have damn near 20 cameras from Bravo. You don't think they're going to be pressed there? And why wouldn't they be pressed there? You're trying to get your business out there. Like, it really doesn't make sense because Kyle had pressed there too. And even if they gave it a heads up or not, girl, it's a grand opening. You would think they'll be pressed. So that's why I was confused. I'm like, bitch, like, what? Like, it's like you're trying to find something to be mad at. Like, girl, we get it that you went through something, cool, but it's not giving what you think it's supposed to give. She wanted a heads up. I'm like, girl, use common sense. Kyle is a pot stirrer if I've never seen anything. Because Kyle went right inside. She was like, hey, everybody. You know, Kyle and Sutton gonna do that weird little, hey, she was like, hello. I'm like, girl, y'all cannot just give a good old hug, like, hey, girl, what's up? And just keep it pumping. But she pulls Sutton right to the side and just like, look, we gonna talk because Crystal was talking shit about you, and I just wanted you to know that she said that you said a comment, and I don't remember you saying no comment because I was sitting right there last year with y'all, but I don't remember you saying anything, but she said you said something that was horrible. Mind you, Crystal could have beat Kyle to the punch, but she didn't, and she let Kyle basically put a battery in Sutton's back. Classic Kyle, stirring the pot, being messy. I mean, it's needed on the show because somebody gotta do it. It's either her or Lisa Rinna. Sutton is annoyed that they're going backwards. She don't want to go backwards, and the only thing Sutton is like, the only thing I can think that Sutton said was, I don't see color, which, I mean, it's not like, it's an ignorant statement, but it's not anything like, oh my God, you said that. I can see she said that, but I can see she said that, but it's just like, girl, you just said I don't see color. It's ignorant within itself, but it's just like, hopefully at this point you've learned from your statement. But I don't know what dark comment she's talking about. Maybe that, but who knows? Because she still won't say. Garcelle walks over and tells Sutton, like, you need to watch your friend. Sutton doesn't want to go backwards with Crystal, and I think she don't want to have another enemy or another moment that they did last year, because low-key, I ain't gonna hold you, like, Crystal did eat Sutton up for the first 10 episodes. Like, if you want to keep it funky, like, she ate her all the way up. But Sutton seemed like she's a changed woman. Kyle, it seemed like Kyle wants Sutton to freak out. She's like, I'm so surprised that she's so calm and she's not crying and she's not going all over the place and just like going crazy and like screaming and hollering like how she was last year. Like very sensitive, just going off on everybody because she's like being attacked verbally. But it's just like, Kyle, you want her to freak out. You want her to be that old Sutton, like she can't have any growth. But, child. But Crystal, Kyle, and Garcelle sit down and they talk about the conversation they had in La Quinta. Crystal said Crystal said that Sutton said a comment that will affect Garcelle and Crystal, but it will not affect Kyle, which means that Sutton said something about people of color. Like I said, the comment I think she's talking about is like, oh, so you're that girl that don't see color, because Sutton says she doesn't see color. And if that is the comment, like I said, it's ignorant within itself, but it's like, it's not like she said. So I'm still confused. And then Garcelle wants to know, and Crystal's like, no, I'm not gonna tell you. And it's like, bitch, at this point, like, why bring it up? And that's what everybody's saying. Everybody's like, well, why bring it up? And Crystal said that Garcelle said something that was defamatory about me, said that I set up Crystal and that's not the set up Sutton, and that's not the case. And Sutton comes over and interjects herself and just like, hey, since y'all are talking about me, I would like to be here for it instead of y'all talking behind my back, talking about my face. I was like, okay. Sutton interjects and said that they already talked about it. And Garcelle's looking like, kind of confused, like, girl, what are you talking about? Y'all already talked. But I think she meant like back last year. Like they already talked about it and they're friends now and they just want to move forward. And Kyle thinks like that's nice, but we all want to know what she said. What you said, basically. Dorit walks over with Diana and she agrees that Crystal, you're playing dirty. Like, if you brought up something that she said, but you're not going to tell us what she said, like, what's the point in bringing it up? You said that you brought it up to defend yourself, but you didn't defend yourself because you're not saying what she said. You just said that she said something horrible. Like, bitches like that are irritating. Crystal, I like you, Crystal. I really do like you, Crystal, but it's irritating because it's like, if you're going to bring it up, if you're going to have the cojones to bring it up, you better have the cojones to tell all of it. Like, this shit is irritating. Like, it's irritating. Garcelle was just like, so why did you use the word dark? If you don't want to bring it up and it's nothing that is like, so it's forgivable, then why else you use the word dark? And she was like, you're not about to trying to police the words I use. I can say whatever word I want to use. I'm just like, hold on now. We're not about to come at Mother Garcelle like that. But so Garcelle was like, so you're not going to tell us what it is? And Crystal said no. The scene cut. And that was that. We see the Dorit's at home doing her, what is it? EMDR therapy session with her therapist, and basically she tells her to hold these two electric, like little vibrating like wires, and just like close your eyes and think about you on the floor with a gun to your fucking skull. I'm like, but what? Like, I was like, okay, I guess, but like, damn. And so she's over here sitting on the ground like crying, thinking about all this stuff, and like her in the confessional crying and weeping and hollering. I'm just like, I feel so bad, because if this is true, like, regardless, she said it's true. Cool. But my thing is, we're about to really talk, because I'm just gonna get this on the chest. Okay, so she has a security system, right? She said that I turn my security system off because my kids like to walk around the house they might get up in the middle of while they're sleeping. But my alarm system, just like my grandmother's alarm system, and just like my mother's alarm system, once you turn the stay feature on, you can walk around in the motherfucking house. Just don't open any of these motherfucking doors and windows. That alarm's gonna go off. But you can walk around in this house. So that's why I'm just like, she could have just put the stay feature on, and maybe she didn't put it on. Maybe she just turned the whole alarm off. But I feel like every alarm has a stay feature that you could just walk around the house. So that's why I'm just like, you could have. And as a person that has an alarm that she has, alarm system, you would think that she would know that. So that's why I'm just like, you turn the alarm off, these people break your window, and they have huge windows, like damn near two-story windows. So they break the windows and you didn't hear shit? And they didn't take none of the expensive watches, and then they put your phone outside blinking for you to find it. If I was a robber, I'm not leaving shit. Fuck your phone. Like, no, like, it doesn't make sense. So the robbers was just so cooperative with you that after that, they left everything at the door. They left it blinking for you. They came in with a book bag, but they left out with knapsacks and like comforters. Like I said, I believe what she said. She said everything is right, but I'm just looking at some of the facts, because something in the buttermilk ain't clean, as Phaedra Parker was saying. I don't know, y'all. Comment down below and let me know what you guys think. This was the episode. This was a good episode. I'm gonna give this episode, it was a B. It was nothing like hype. It had a little bit of good drama. Garcelle, the MVPs for this episode was definitely Garcelle. Garcelle and Kyle. I'll give it to those two. Kyle, I feel like I see what you're trying to do. And Garcelle, I see what you're trying to do too. A lot of people, I've been seeing this going around, that I definitely agree with, that Garcelle is coming for Kyle's spot. In the blogs, they were saying that Kyle might not be coming back next year. And it seems like Kyle's going to do whatever she has to do to keep that diamond spot. But Garcelle already has 4 girls, including herself, on her side. And there's 9 girls total. 12 total, but 9 diamond holders. But I don't know, y'all. This might be Kyle's last season. But regardless of the fact, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think down the bottom. Like I said, I know you guys be looking at this video. Like and comment, please. Help a bitch out. Help me keep these lights on, even though they're going to be on regardless. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. I'll talk to you guys later.